Good evening. This is Wednesday, August 13th, 83 days until the 2008 presidential election. As war rages tonight in Georgia, Russia's invasion of that tiny U.S. ally is raising new questions, not just about the wisdom and the competence of John McCain's foreign policy, but also about the integrity and the ethics that shaped his position toward Russia. McCain's position may, in fact, have helped fuel this crisis. It certainly today left a foreign head of state making an extraordinary appeal for help from a capital virtually under siege and calling McCain out by name for not matching deeds to words. Our fifth story tonight, the price for McCain's foreign policy, possibly in this case a literal price. Did the nation of Georgia think it had bought John McCain? His rebuke at the hands of that nation's leader presently. First, today's new details about McCain's top foreign policy advisor. On April 16th, Russia announced it would establish legal ties with Georgia's two separatist regions, South Ossetia and Abkhazia, both friendly with Russia, legitimizing them, a move widely seen as undermining Georgia's sovereignty there. The next day, the Washington Post now reports, Georgia sought help, agreeing to pay $200,000 to a lobbying firm headed by this man, Randy Schuneman, to renew its contract with Schuneman, who is also and was also at the time McCain's top foreign policy advisor. That same day, Schuneman participated in crafting a strong statement by McCain, taking Georgia's side, telling reporters, quote, "We must not allow Russia to believe it has a free hand." Did statements like that, purchased or not, give Georgian President McCain Saakashvili the confidence to launch his military offensive in South Ossetia last Thursday? Did it, in turn, become Russia's excuse for invading Georgia? Over the years, Georgia has paid Schuneman's firm $800,000. Schuneman's company, the Associated Press reports today, has lobbied McCain and his staff on Saakashvili's behalf 49 separate times. With his capital under siege today, Saakashvili spoke like a man left with only a receipt. Asked about the U.S. response or lack thereof, he used the word appeasement and put at least partial blame for the crisis itself on President Bush.
Well, frankly, some of the first statements from Washington were perceived by the Russians almost as a green light for doing this, because they were too soft.
More startling by far, Saakashvili's criticism of McCain, arising unsolicited following his alarming account of what Georgians have found inscribed on Russian bombs.
The bombs that they dropped on us, some of them got unexploded. This is for President Bush, this is from the United States, this is for NATO. And that's what the people, Russians are fighting. This is not war with us. They are by proxy trying to fight war with the West. And the West seems to be, believing about that. But certainly I think, I really want to appeal. I mean, yesterday I heard Senator McCain said, we are all Georgians now. Well, very nice and, very cheering for us to hear that. But of course, it's time to pass from words to deeds.
And what deeds does Saakashvili want? With Russia claiming to honor a ceasefire, Georgia is asking the U.S. to provide peacekeepers, something the Europeans have agreed to, but the U.S., Bush, McCain have not. Mr. Bush instead sending humanitarian aid by air and by sea, transported by U.S. troops. Some of that aid has already arrived, although the only ship to bring aid, the USS Comfort, is now in Baltimore and will not arrive for more than a month. This only one element of a response critics are calling Katrina-esque, with Bush only just back from the Olympics and now merely delaying his Crawford vacation by a day or two to deal with this. With Saakashvili today saying Western intelligence predicted Russia would not invade, and with the Secretary of State, Condoleezza Rice, only today heading towards the region after continuing her vacation through the Russian invasion. The Obama campaign has also criticized McCain's response, specifically the belligerence of his recent rhetoric. Today, McCain responded that this is no time to politicize the matter, even when it was pointed out that he and his surrogate, Joe Lieberman, did exactly that just yesterday.
Barack Obama and John McCain's statements, Senator Lieberman said one had kind of a moral neutrality to it. That comes, I think, from inexperience. The other, Senator McCain, was strong and clear. That seems a little political to some now.
Well, let me respond by just saying that I think that whatever